Hi and welcome to another edition of Glebe TV. My name's Pete. I want to talk briefly about pest control and mainly organic pest control. This time of year, lots of lush foliage and there's lots of bugs around. Now it's not always easy to control bugs, I know that, but organic pest control is one way of controlling bugs. It's not always the answer, and depending on what you believe in, you may want to use chemical answers. When I was looking at the RHS website, I couldn't help but notice there were 17 bugs that regularly cropped up. They have an online question and answer facility, and 17 bugs appeared over the last 3 years. 17 bugs regularly cropped up. Of those 17, 14 of those we can recommend organic pest control solutions. I'm sure I am the same as many people feel about using chemicals in the garden. I don't want to use them unless I really have to. And I tend to use chemical solutions on certain difficult areas. With vegetables particularly, I want to know what I'm eating, so I'll only use organic products for vegetables. I think there's a couple of reasons I see that people will use organic pest solutions. People are concerned about what they eat, they're concerned about the environment, wildlife, birds, hedgehogs and bees, and organic solutions to pest problems in your garden will help to alleviate all those fears. Of course, for me, I've got family. I want to make sure my family and pets are safe, and organic solutions will certainly help that. I think the best way to avoid having bug and pest problems is really to have healthy plants. It might sound obvious, but by having healthy plants, you're less likely to have bugs and pests. So most people will use compost. Most proprietary compost will only have feed for 6 weeks. So after that 6-week initial period, you need to start feeding. Now it might sound very obvious, it does to me, but if you carry on feeding your plants, you will then get healthier plants and less likely to have problems. When feeding your plants, use a good quality feed. Don't just chuck any old thing you might have, because especially things like vegetables and tomatoes as a good example, they need lots of trace elements. And it's like us when we're eating food. We want a good broad spectrum of vitamins. And it's the same with plants. They need lots of trace elements to keep them healthy. Of course, the other thing to do with plants is make sure that you always remove any dead foliage or dying foliage, or foliage that doesn't look particularly healthy. Remove it, and of course take away any dead heads. What you try to do is conserve all the energy of the plant into producing new flower and fauna, rather than sort of having to fight decaying foliage. It doesn't matter what type of product you use, whether it's a chemical product or an organic. Always spray towards the end of the day when it's sort of getting cooler and darker. This way you're going to sort of prevent spraying any beneficial bugs, and particularly bees that might be foraging on flowers. Water in the evening, that way the plant will get as much benefit from being watered. It can go right through the night, having nice moist roots. So all these things make sense to flower it during the evening. When spraying with organic pest solutions, another reason for spraying in the evening is because sunlight may break down the actual product when you spray it onto a plant. And secondly, it's going to have longer to last. It's going to be on the plant for longer, making sure that it has longer time to work for you. I was just going to mention Nudorf. They're our sort of supplier of all organic solutions. Their bug and larvae killer kills all 3 stages of the bug. It kills the egg, the larvae and the adult, which is quite unique. Most chemical solutions won't do that for you. I think probably the biggest pest problem most gardeners will experience is slug and snail. Nudorf slug and snail killer is perfectly safe around children and pets. It is absolutely safe for hedgehogs and birds and all wildlife. It's based on iron phosphate, which when broken down is a plant food. Now, there are other products out there containing similar products, but this is particularly effective, and it carries the organic farmers and growers badge on it, which is unique. No other slug pellet will have that. When I talk about how something is made, I compare it to how Mary Berry would make a cake. We all have the same recipe, but it's how you make it that makes the difference. Mary Berry's cake is going to be so better than what a cake I would make. And this is in some ways similar to how a slug pellet is made. There's lots of people producing them, but it's the way it's made makes the difference. As I said earlier, we've got 14 solutions to the common pest problems, ranging from ants to slug to greenfly to cap fouling. We've got solutions for all those, which are all organic. I think common sense should prevail. If you follow the instructions, keep out of reach of all animals, pets, children. Anyway, that's really sensible. And if you've got a problem that you can't really cure or identify, bring some samples of the damaged leaf or even the bug into the garden centre, and we'll help you find the solution for it. Noodle supply a really good garden guide which will recommend their products, but it also contains a lot of good gardening advice as well, and sort of some ideas on how to grow things. It's not just about products, it's really good reading. Yeah, this guide is free. Just pick it up at the desk, and any other help or advice, don't hesitate to be in touch. Thank you for listening.